But one day I'm having dinner with my buddies from ESPN, and me, I'm kind of outspoken. I said, "Hey, how come y'all don't put the HBCUs on ESPN? Like they'll put them on ESPN 2, 9, 6, whatever."
Right,
And they said,
right.
"We can't." I said, "What do you mean you can't?" He was like, "Well," and because they knew me, they just talking to me. They were like, "Well, we can't have the elite black athlete going to Grambling. I gotta have that kid going to LSU."
Wow.
I almost spit my soup out. I was like, "Wait, what? You mean this is like a thing you guys are doing?" That's why if you've ever noticed, catch an HBCU game on any ESPN property, it's gonna look a little less quality than the next game that comes on with the predominantly white school, where all of a sudden everything looks like it's in HD.
So it's deliberate.
Yes, from what they told me, yes, and I believe it. And I
Wow.
believe it because remember, black people at this point, we spend almost $2 trillion in buying power, but we don't own anything. So the only way you can keep that train going, you got to keep us as the customer. So a militant brother like myself, it didn't take me very long to say, well, then I'm going to start my own network, and I'm going to assist, train, and educate these HBCUs on how the business works, not the show. I don't really
Right.
care about your content. I don't care about your football team. Great. All these buyers want is impressions and KPIs. And just so y'all know, a KPI is basically who they're trying to reach. Are they trying to reach a black man, white man? All that segmented out. And because that's all they care about, we built an apparatus for them to reach that person. And God has blessed us to not only sustain ourselves, but it's also now spread like wildfire because those that are business minded like us are saying, I want to be on that platform because those
Wow.
guys are sharing the
Wow.
revenue back to us. But it was created to originally assist the HBCUs because I saw what was coming in 2021 is that the business model was going to put them out of business, in my opinion.
Well, moving forward to now 2025,
Yeah.
you guys just had a well documented lawsuit
Yes.
against the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And there were some people who believed that it was going to be the end of Urban Edge Network. What's the facts behind this?
First of all, I think we're still on the gag order, so I don't know how much I can say. But the
Okay.
first of all, again, one thing I've also learned about us as black folk is when we hear the word lawsuit, sometimes we always think somebody did something illegal, and it's like
Right. Right.
sometimes you have to have clarity, and you need a third party, in this case, a judge, to say, "Hey, here's what this means." So in this particular case, in a nutshell, Grambling did a deal with us.